In this video, we'll be seeing about the development of tooth. So, tooth development is something which happens in our intrauterine life. As we are in the uterus of our mother, the tooth development initiation will be beginning. So, initially, like imagine you're in the uterus, you're in the womb, the fetus is there, and there will be a specific region of the fetus where there will be a developing phase. In a specific region, the future phase will be developing on the fetus, and there will be also a region which will become the future oral cavity. A specific region will be the one which will become the future oral cavity. This one, the one which will become the future oral cavity, initially this is called as the primitive oral cavity, or it's also called as stomatodium. It's also called as stomatodium, the one which forms the future oral cavity, thus called as primitive oral cavity or stomatodium. This is lined by stratified squamous epithelium. This is lined by stratified squamous epithelium, and this is called as the oral ectoderm. This is lined by stratified squamous epithelium, and this is called as oral ectoderm. The oral ectoderm will be in contact with the endoderm. You know, below the ectoderm we have a layer of endoderm, and this will be in contact with the endoderm with the membrane. The black color, it's a membrane. With the membrane it will be in contact. Which is this membrane? Is it's the buccopharyngeal membrane. It's a buccopharyngeal membrane. Thus, the endoderm and ectoderm will be in contact with each other together with the buccopharyngeal membrane, and almost at the 27th day of gestation, after 27th day of gestation or 27th day of intrauterine life, what happens is the buccopharyngeal membrane will be getting ruptured. The buccopharyngeal membrane will be getting ruptured, and the ectoderm and endoderm will be only in contact, and this happens in the region. Which region is foregut region? It happens in the foregut region. So at 27th day of intrauterine life, they will get rupture, and what happens? We know below ectoderm we have this endoderm, and we have below various connective tissues. These connective tissues are ectomesenchymal in nature. The connective tissues are ectomesenchymal in origin, and these ectomesenchymal tissues will instruct the ectoderm to initiate tooth development. These ectomesenchymal tissues will give instruction, and they will give signals for their ectoderm to initiate tooth development. And what happens is, after 27th day it will rupture, and after 2 or 3 weeks of this rupture of buccopharyngeal membrane, certain areas of these basal cells, we have basal cells in ectoderm, like this we have basal cells which are arranged. Certain basal cells will undergo, in certain areas, these basal cells will undergo rapid proliferation. They will be increasing in number, and they will go rapid proliferation in certain areas, and they form a primary epithelial band. They form a primary epithelial band. In certain areas, they undergo rapid proliferation, and they form a primary epithelial band. We saw there will be formation of primary epithelial band, and almost this happens at the time of 6th week. We saw 27th day there will be rupture of the buccopharyngeal membrane, and eventually like 6th week, what happens is there will be formation of this primary epithelial band. The primary epithelial band will be dividing into two processes, that is a lingual process and a buccal process. It will be we'll have due to the proliferation of the basal cells, we'll have the primary epithelial band and it will form two processes, a buccal process and a lingual process. The buccal process will form into the buccal process is called as vestibular lamina. So this is the one which forms the vestibule. Okay. Now for the tooth, what we need is a lingual process which forms the dental lamina, and this is the one which is used in the formation of tooth. So the dental lamina will give rise to all the primary tooth. All the deciduous tooth will be forming from the dental lamina. So what about the permanent tooth? For the formation of permanent tooth, there will be two extensions which will be forming. That will be lingual extension and a distal extension. So the lingual extension is the one which give rise to all the permanent successors. We know deciduous you have central incisor, lateral incisor, canine and two molars. We have two molars. And when you come to the permanent successors, we have central, lateral, we have canine, and instead of molars we have premolars. So this give rise to all the permanent successors. All the permanent successors except the molar. And this will give rise to molar and non-succedaneous teeth. That is, non-succedaneous means a supernumerary teeth. That are the non-succedaneous teeth. So dental lamina will give rise to all the primary, all the deciduous teeth. Then for permanent, we have an other extension. A lingual extension will develop which give rise to all the permanent successors. And for molar and non-succedaneous teeth, we will have a distal extension. So how permanent tooth or how this tooth forms from dental lamina is, the dental lamina will differentiate into an arch-shaped structure. For example, this is an upper arch. And in this arch, we know in upper arch we have 10 number of deciduous teeth. So a 10 number of, what happens is, around ovoid swellings will be forming. In the position of future deciduous teeth, we'll have round ovoid swellings. 5 in one side and 5 in one side. These round ovoid swellings are called as the enamel organ. This is called as enamel organ. Now we have stages of tooth development that we'll see. Now we will see the stages of tooth development. The stages are based on histophysiological and morphological. We have two different differentiations. So first we will see histophysiological. Histophysiological, we have initiation, proliferation, morphodifferentiation, histodifferentiation, and finally opposition. Morphologically, we have bud stage, cap stage, early bell stage, late bell stage. Then we have the formation of enamel, dental matrix, and finally the root formation. Now we'll have physiological process which will be corresponding to this morphological stage. The bud stage, cap stage, like we saw the formation of dental lamina. That belongs to the initiation stage. Next, the bud stage, cap stage, early bell stage. These three belong to the proliferation. These will correspond to the physiological process of proliferation. Then cap stage, early bell stage, and late bell stage. These three will also have the corresponding physiological phase of histodifferentiation. Then late bell stage, formation of enamel, and we will also have formation of dental matrix. So these will correspond to the physiological phase of morphodifferentiation. Okay, and opposition, we'll have formation of enamel and root formation. Okay, so bud stage, cap stage, early bell stage, proliferation, then late bell stage, formation of enamel, morphodifferentiation, cap stage, early bell stage, late bell stage, histodifferentiation, and finally root formation, opposition. So in next upcoming videos, we'll be seeing about each stage of tooth development, and in each stage we'll be knowing how a tooth develops, and finally we'll be seeing about the eruption of the tooth. Thank you. We'll see you again in another video.